Jungkook is your overprotective best friend. He always stays with you, so no other guys approach you and you're sick of him. Right now, you are at a party in Jimin's house. You guys were playing 7 Minutes in Heaven, and Jungkook and you were locked up in a cupboard. He wasted no time in marking you, and he made a huge mark on your neck. Your girl best friends Mei and Chloe kept teasing about you. A detailed video of Jungkook marking you is pinned in the comment section below. Please take a look. Whyin's point of view. As the game went on, I was incredibly distracted as my mind kept taking me back to when I was in the closet with Jungkook. I hated to admit it, but whatever Jungkook did to my neck felt good. Really, really good. God, I can't believe I actually did it. I must have sounded like such an idiot. When the game was finally over, everyone dispersed and my friends and I went back downstairs to the main party room. As we all jumped around like fools with the DJ, Jimin suddenly jumped into our little circle and started to do some god-awful dance moves. I almost died in laughter as he started to dance right in Mei's face. My laughter slowly died down as I spotted Jungkook's figure. He wasn't alone, he was with some girl, a very pretty girl with blonde hair. So he was into blondes, huh? I have never resented myself for having dark hair, but at that moment, all I wanted to be was blonde. Little Miss Perfect must have said something funny because he laughed, smiling down at her with a look of amusement in his eyes. The sight was so incredibly painful that someone might as well have ripped my heart out and stomped on it. I bet this was the mystery girl, the one he had a crush on. Suddenly Jungkook looked my way. He looked taken aback by my expression and tilted his head as though he was trying to read me. He started to make his way over to me. Great. I bet he was just coming over here to lecture me for glaring at his precious little girlfriend. Hey Chubbs, you alright? You look like you wanna kill someone? He chuckled. No, not at all. I'm fine. I snapped rather harshly. Look, if it's about earlier, I'm so sorry. I got too carried away and I shouldn't have given you a mark without asking. He apologized. Forgive me? Yeah, you're forgiven. It's not your fault you're stupid. I smiled. That was the only reason you looked upset, right? Yes, absolutely. I lied smoothly. For me, one thing was obvious. All these weird fuzzy feelings I got every time he laughed, touched, or even looked at me all pointed to one thing. I had a big fat crush on Jungkook. It was the next day after the party. There was nothing better than sitting here after school and catching some sun. I groaned as I rubbed my neck. Wait, crap! No! Please tell me it didn't come off. I quickly pulled out my hand mirror. Oh, thank God! The foundation had not been smeared, and Jungkook's monstrosity of a mark was still covered. The last thing I needed was to accidentally rub it off and then have my dad see it. When I was about to leave, I saw someone, rather, a confident Jungkook. I guess I was going to have to stay now because I would have to be an actual idiot to ditch a chance to see Jungkook running around in tight shorts looking all hot and sweaty. I know what you're thinking. It's a little bit creepy to just sit and stare, but can you blame me? He's hot. Then the most beautiful thing happens. He took off his t-shirt. My eyes wasted no time in drinking up all the glory. I blushed as my gaze soon dropped to his downstairs. Okay, I officially needed to stop now. I was clearly getting a little bit too carried away. He grabbed the bottle and just when I thought he was about to take a sip, he spilled it over his head. It was honestly the cruelest thing he could have done because the beads of water trickled all the way down his chest, making me jealous of every last one. You know your life has truly gone south when you're jealous of water. Yet here I am, wishing I was one of them. Oh no, he saw me. Don't come up here. Please don't come up here. I watched him coming near me. God, why is he still shirtless? Is he trying to kill me or something? So, what brings you here? Did you come here for a show or something? He teased. Don't flatter yourself. I just came up here to read my book. I didn't even notice you were here. That's funny. I didn't know you could read books upside down. Jungkook chuckled. I glanced down at it and cursed, realizing I was holding it back to front. As Jungkook started to cackle with laughter, I just rolled my eyes weakly and shot him the middle finger. Hold on, what the hell happened to your mark? He said as he bent down to inspect my neck in finer detail. Must have disappeared already, I suppose. You covered it up with makeup, didn't you? My silence seemed to be enough for answer for him, and he smirked. I would say makeup was smart thinking, but it's not that durable, you know. All it would take is for someone to be accidentally, he said as he swiped a finger over my neck. Brush it off, he finished. I gasped and put a hand over my neck. Oh, whoops, I'm a little bit clumsy. He smiled as he held up his foundation-covered finger. Why the hell would you do that? I yelled. Because I wanted to see it. Remind me of our hot little session in the closet. He winked. Hot? I scoffed. It was disgusting. Really? So when I heard you snore, was I imagining it? He toned it with the widest smirk I have ever seen. My cheeks immediately grew hot and I looked away in shame. Well, whatever, Jungkook. I stood up, ready to leave. Wait, I was just messing around, you know. You made it clear you didn't like it when you kicked me. I smiled as I thought back to that beautiful memory. Little did he know that I hadn't kicked him because I didn't like it. I kicked him because I was hurt. His protectiveness was the only thing that drove him to behave the way he did, and I was hoping it was something more. Anyway, I wanted to ask you something. Well, you see, I was wondering, only if you want to, of course, that maybe you might come to me on a little trip out of town, he said, finishing with a cheeky smile. A trip? What kind of trip? A sweet innocent trip to visit my dear old grandmother, he said, his smile growing more suspicious by the second. As you see, she's kind of been asking about you and I'm starting to run out of excuses for why you can't come and he rambled off before I silenced him. But why? Why on earth has she been asking about me, Jungkook? How does she even know who I am? I might have maybe told her that you were my girlfriend a little while back. He murmured out quietly as his eyes darted down to the floor in shame. Wait, what? Why would you say that? Well, every time I go over there, she's always setting me up on those dates with her friends' weird-looking grandkids. So one day, I got sick of it and I said I had a girlfriend, he explained. And your name was just the first name to come to my mind, he shrugged. So just suck it up and tell her the truth. But I can't. It will break her heart if she found out I have been lying to her for the past 3 years, he explained. No way. I'm not lying to your grandma. Get some other girl to pretend to be me. Yeah, about that. I might have also already shown her what you look like, he said with an awkward laugh. Then tell her I'm sick, I snapped stubbornly. Please, Ryan, you'll make my grandma's ear, he pleaded in desperation. Don't fall for it, Ryan. Don't look at him. It's a trap. Say no, say no. Well, I suppose I could. Great. I'll pick you up tomorrow afternoon. See you later, chubs. I just watched him leave in shock. This was karma. That's what this was. I stupidly stayed behind to stare at him like some creepy weirdo, and now I was paying for the consequences. It was Friday today, and I was busily packing away for my trip to Jungkook's grandmother's. I still couldn't believe I was stupid enough to let him manipulate me into going. My mom already knew that I was going, and she was fine with it. However, this didn't stop her from dropping in a sly comment about Jungkook and I's relationship to piss me off. Now the real problem was my dad. I hadn't told him. Oh, hey dad, look at you working all hard. Nobody cooks as well as you do, I called out in the sweetest voice I could muster. What do you want, Ryan? My dad said without even looking up. Crap, he was already on to me. Well, I kind of forgot to tell you, but I'm going away for the weekend. My friend kindly invited me to meet their grandma. Oh, that's fine. Is it Chloe or May? It's actually not either of them. The doorbell then echoed through the house, raising a terrifying tension in the room. Dear God, that better not be Jungkook. That must be a parcel. I'll go get it. And guess which idiot was standing on my doorstep looking all lost and confused? What's going on, Chubbs? He said with a confused chuckle, probably wondering why I wasn't letting him in. My dad is home, you idiot. Why didn't you text? His face immediately paled as he realized his mistake. Hurry up and go get your stuff then, Jungkook said in panic. Too late, I'm already here, my dad said from behind me, causing me to jump in surprise. I would like to see who's at the door, Ryan, my dad demanded firmly. I looked over at Jungkook, who was shaking his head vigorously at me and mouthing don't. I shot him an apologetic smile and mouthed sorry before slowly swinging the door open. Good evening, Mr. Kim. It's good to see you again, Jungkook said in the poshest voice I have ever heard. I couldn't help but let out a loud snort of laughter, which I quickly tried to discuss as a cough. Why don't you come in, Jungkook? No, that's not a good idea, and why don't you get your bag from upstairs? My dad interrupted with a strangely calm tone. Yeah, sure, I said with slight hesitation. When I made my way back into the living room, the sight that I was met with was both funny and horrifying all at once. My dad was still holding his kitchen knife and was now swirling it around his hand. Now, does that all make sense? My dad said, smiling down at Jungkook, who sat petrified on the sofa. Dad, what are you doing? I yelled. Excellent, you have returned. I have something to say to you both of you. Sit, he said, pointing to the sofa with the knife. I didn't trust his mental state right now, so I quickly complied and took a seat. I'm not going to beat around the bush, guys. You can go, but only under the following conditions. That will be no touching, no hugging, no kissing, no funny eyes, no nothing, he snapped. No funny eyes, I snorted. And I swear to God, if a single grandchild is made on the trip, I will kill you, he said, gesturing to me. And I most definitely will kill you too, he spat as he pointed his knife at Jungkook. You're so dramatic, I'm not going to get knocked up. Do we have a deal? My dad proposed. Yes, sir, absolutely. Wonderful. And Ryan? Yes, whatever, fine, I mumbled. My dad smiled. Excellent, have fun, he said as he turned to leave. But not too much fun. At last, I was finally in Jungkook's car. We have been driving for close to 10 minutes in deadly silence as Jungkook was still pretty shaken up from what happened earlier. I'm so sorry about what happened in there. It's fine, I get it. He doesn't want me to hurt you because you're special to him. Can't argue with that, he said, giving me a soft smile. Also, I forgot to tell you, but thanks. What for? I asked in confusion. You know, for helping me out. It means a lot, he smiled. You're really a great friend, Ryan. Don't you ever forget that. The word friend felt like a sucker punch to the gut, and despite how awful it felt, I grinned through the pain. Trust me, Jungkook, I don't think I'll ever forget. We are here, Jungkook said as he pulled into the driveway. Wow, that was a quick drive. Didn't feel like 3 hours at all. I commented in surprise. Well, that's because some of us spent 2 of those 3 hours sleeping, he accused. Sorry, is there a problem with that? He smirked. Actually, no, it was great. I took a picture of you while you were sleeping, drooling and all. He smiled triumphantly. I widened my eyes in horror and made a lung for him. He was too fast for me and dashed around to the other side of the car. For a while, I tried to chase him, but I soon gave up. Jungkook, just delete it, I snapped. No, he snorted. Jungkook, please? I asked nicely. Hell no! This is the perfect material for the next year's Christmas card, he laughed. Not knowing what else to do, I just stomped my foot down angrily like a 3-year-old. Relax, I'm just kidding. The picture I took was cute and you weren't drooling. But you still took a picture. Careful, Jungkook, or I might think you have a crush on me, I teased. A strange look ran through his eyes as I said that, but he didn't say anything in response. Anyway, do you reckon she's still up? Yeah, she normally goes to bed at around 10 or something. Wait, crap! We haven't practiced what we are going to say. She's going to see right through us. Relax, all you have to do is pretend you're obsessed with me. That shouldn't be too hard, he winked. His comment almost made me laugh because he had no clue how true his statement really was. The door swung open to reveal an old lady. "Oh, Jungkook," she cried as she threw her arms around him. "You just keep getting taller and taller, don't you?" "Yeah, I know it's a gift," he chuckled arrogantly. "I have almost forgotten what it's like to be short." He smirked as he shot me a pointed look. His grandma's eyes caught mine before widening in excitement. "And you must be the beautiful YN. Jungkook tells me so much about you." She reached out to hug me. "You sure tell a hell lot of your family members about me, huh?" I teased. "Well, of course he does. You're his girlfriend after all," she smiled. "That she is." He smiled as he kissed the top of my head. The action caused my heart to flutter. "Anyway, let's get you guys inside and out of the cold." She swung the door wider so we could enter. "It's so kind of you to let me stay, by the way," I said, smiling at her politely. "Don't mention it. You're practically a part of the family," she said, looking between the two of us with a wide grin. I felt so awful for deceiving this poor old lady. She probably thought I was her future granddaughter-in-law or something. "Follow me, I'll show you to your room." For more videos, please subscribe this channel. Have a great day, dear ones. Bye.